Hey guys, welcome to this week's Hot or Not Thursday. I have an impulse purchase to share with you. It actually was very impulsive. I was at Sephora, not even thinking about these little palettes, and they grabbed me right when I was on my way out. Like I had almost made it to the finish line with a basket full of other stuff that I am working on reviewing. But this just called out to me, and I actually am loving it. I think it's great that they have these little mini, cute, adorable palettes from Huda Beauty. Now, Huda Beauty palettes are very expensive. I believe they're around $65. I have done 2 dedicated videos during WTF on those palettes. I will link it below. And they're kind of a controversial palette, just in the sense that some people think it's overpriced, overhyped. Other people, like myself, really love it. For some reason, I thought these were gonna be an online only thing. I don't know why. They're 27 bucks. When you think about it, I don't know why now I'm just thinking about this. $27 is not cheap, but it's not $65. And I actually think that these palettes are set up really nicely. The colors all go together. They have themes. I do like some more than others. Of course, that's the drill. I'm gonna get to which ones are my favorites. So I grabbed all 4 that they make. I have the Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions. I have the Warm Brown Obsessions, the Smokey Obsessions, and then what I'm wearing today, the Electric Obsessions. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a mini tutorial for you guys as well. And I just wanted to show you guys the swatches, talk about how they all blended, what my experience was with them, if they lived up to the same hype as the larger palettes. And I'm gonna go ahead and say right away, yes and no. I'm a little bit lukewarm about some of these. I think I favor the Electric palette the most. Just like take a good look at that, look at my eyes, look at how the pigment is just like jumping right out at you. These blend really, really well. The mattes in here for a bright neon are surprisingly pigmented with 0 fallout. I am so just stunned. So if I just show you a couple of my favorites in here, not even the one that I'm wearing, but like look at these 3. Like we have this beautiful neon pink, a bright orange, and then of course a purple, but I didn't put purple on my eyes because I feel like you guys are like, Tati, enough. We get it, you do purple all the time. So I wanted to do more of the blue, but look at these. They're gorgeous. This one definitely is my favorite. It really impressed me. I think instead of buying a big palette, like the Sephora big palettes that are what, like 80 bucks, they had a neon kind of themed one. Some of the pigments in that were really great. Some were kind of chalky, but I just think this gives you enough of an option to accompany maybe some of your other palettes that are more neutral. This can kind of jazz it up. If you don't have something like this in your collection for $27, the quality of it, the wear, the blendability, just everything is really, really good. So I'm enjoying this one so much. Look at this even like bright blue one at the bottom. Dang, right? Look at that. I will say, I just have one kind of a note. If you have the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, you might not need this unless you are absolutely 100% after these matte neons. If you're just after the metallics in here, you can definitely get that from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, and that also has a ton of colors in it, matte neutrals, darks. You can get so much done with that one palette, and it's 38 bucks. This is 27. I can't stand that it is getting dark outside so early, you guys. Literally, I sit down to film and I feel like the sun is setting and it is like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Why is this happening? I don't like it. Like I actually, this time of year makes me feel a little bit sad and displaced. Is anybody else feeling that way? Because I am feeling that way. I don't know. I don't like it. Okay, moving on. My second favorite palette of these little miniature palettes is the Smokey one. Now this one I will say, and I understand why people are really attracted to this one. It's very wearable, but this one has the best array of those really intense metallics. I mean, just, oh, look at that. I really could have gone to town and put like silver on top of this blue, but I just kind of wanted to just showcase the blue and not go too crazy. But I will show you just kind of smoothed out on the skin. These are stunning. So if you need something like this, if you need something small to travel with, if you just kind of wanted a sampling of Huda Beauty shadows and you like neutrals, then this is a great one. I love that you get a nice transition shade. You get a black that you could use for liner. You get some darker browns that are matte. You could use that as a base. You could put it on the outer edge. It's just very versatile, so I like it. Tati approved. I am totally shocked that the Warm Brown Obsessions is not my favorite. This is actually one that I could do without. And it looks really pretty and it looks so appropriate for this time of year, but these colors did not blend as smooth as I wanted them to, and it didn't have enough of a shine. Like the only shine you get is this guy in the center right here, which is really pretty, but you can see it's not even that brightening. So really you can only do this kind of matte, warm eye, and there's nothing to really brighten it up. The lighter beige that you get in here is just not, it's actually kind of a bad shadow. So out of all four, this is the one that I'm like, is it horrible? No, I mean, some of the shadows in here will work just fine, but it's not like I'm gonna hit pan and rush out and repurchase this. Like, this is not one that I would get excited to like recommend to all my girlfriends. And you know, you guys watching, you are all my friends. So I wanna let you know this one is with so many makeup options, why even waste your time with something that's just so. All right, so then we have the Mauve Obsessions. This is actually stunning. I mean, you get so many kind of pinky purple tones in here. This shade up in the corner is just a dream. Like, it is so brightening and smooth, and I love the texture of it. I love the tone of it. It's not like icy bright pink. It has this kind of muted down but really shiny bright effect. It's just a really pretty color all over the lid. So this is fantastic. You get a really beautiful matte white shade here that's kind of like a cream off-white. You get a shade right here that would be great for a transition, and then just the other mattes and the other metallics are really pretty. This guy over here reminds me the most of one of the metallics that you would get in one of the larger Huda Beauty palettes. It just has that intensity and texture to it. Isn't that so nice? I mean, you could use this the same way that I used the blue all over the lid and do a really pretty look. I think this is great. So I want to explain to you guys exactly how I achieved the look that is on my eyes right now. It was actually really easy. This is not a hard look. So I will say I did dip into a few different palettes just to kind of show you guys different colors and how they blended. Mainly we used the electric palette, but I found that I did need those additional colors. So the first thing I did was I dipped into this guy right here from the Mauve Obsessions palette, and I went right underneath my brow bone and kind of set the stage for any blending that I would do upward, just because I knew I was working with a bright. And then I went into the Smokey palette, and I took this shade right here as my transition. And I kept dipping back in and dipping back in and dipping back in, and I really took my time blending it and almost moving the color a little bit upward to give just a nice hint of color, a nice wash of color, so it wouldn't just be this bright blue on my lid leading into nothing. All right, from there, I did just dip my finger right into this guy here, looked down into a mirror, and I pressed. I didn't press up into the crease or on either corner. I kind of got the main amount of color right on the center portion of my lid as best I could, and then I went in with a tinier brush and did some detail work and kind of blended the color up and then into the crease so there weren't any harsh separations or harsh lines. I of course did go back into my initial transition color, which I do often if I'm working with bright tones, and I kind of wiggled the brush back and forth and continued to blend, and then I'd take a little more of the blue and kind of pack it on a little bit more, and I did that back and forth for a while. I did end up grabbing a flat brush and I really wiggled this color all the way to the inner corner. I didn't do any inner corner highlighting, so I wanted that to be just all the way as far into the inner corner as I possibly could get the color. And then I did take the black shade and I kind of went on the outer edge really lightly and just kind of blended a little bit of the darkness in. I think I took a little bit of the brown and I was kind of going back and forth, just trying to add a little bit of depth over in this area right here. For the lower lash line, I took the bright electric blue really close to my lash line, almost in the waterline, all the way in. And then I took this shade right here just for fun, just to kind of like brighten up the center portion of my under eye. And I took that right in the center area here. And I threw on some liner. I didn't even wing it out, popped on some mascara, lashes, and we're good. And this is a very colorful, looks like you spent a lot of time but you didn't type of a look, and I think it's really eye-catching and pretty. And I would wear this with the purple, with the brighter blue, with that like gorgeous rose gold kind of metallic. I think this is a look that you could do with so many different metallic shades, and I really like how it turned out. So there we have it, 27 bucks. Gosh, that is still a lot of money. So let me give give you a bonus drugstore recommendation because I tried something else out today just really quick. Like, I'm just gonna really quickly do this. When I went to Walmart last, I picked up from Flower Beauty Spiced Petal. You guys, this is one of the most gorgeous lipsticks I've purchased in a while. It is like the perfect, it's just like the perfect darker pinky rose nude. It is beautiful. The texture is so good. And then I put their matte lip cream on top, just in the center, like so, and just kind of patted it out. And that is the lip look that I have on right now, and I'm obsessed. I love it. So these are not $27. You can buy them at Walmart. Hope you guys like that added element within a hot or not. I will try to do that more. And if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button. I love you forever when you do that. It really does help. And leave me comments below. Just let me know how you're doing, which palette was your favorite, and what you want me to review next. I do read everything, and it means a lot to me when you comment. So I hope you're having a good one. I love you guys, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Thanks for watching. Mwah.